what is the difference between customer service and customer engagement? For that, I looked to the customer engagement that I experienced in Qatar Airways. See, as I landed in Doha, Qatar, I went to the counter for their stopover program, where they had booked my hotel transportation, and gave me a voucher for my evening meal. All of this was complimentary with long layovers. And every single step of the way, I had somebody from the Qatar Airways organization that was cheerfully guiding me along where I wanted to go or where I needed to go. At the check-in, I was offered a tour of the city that I could experience the entire experience of Doha. And so I explored the town for a bit, and then I went to the restaurant for dinner, where I had a delicious meal with intentional service. And then after that, I went to my hotel, where I found a king-size bed, a full dining area, a living area, a rooftop pool, a sauna, and a view overlooking the city. But the service did not stop there. The very next morning, I received a call 3 hours before my flight, just as I was expecting. The man on the phone said, "Good morning. You are about to fly out in a few hours, so that let us leave in about 30 minutes so that we can take you to the airport." I thanked the man for his time and was getting my stuff ready, about ready to leave. About 20 minutes later, I received a second call. The man wanted to make sure that I was getting ready to leave and that we were about to take off. As a guest, that he explained that it was his responsibility to make sure that I had an excellent experience, and missing my flight certainly would not have been a great experience. And so I thanked the man and then went downstairs to check out. At checkout, I was greeted by another man that thanked me for staying at his establishment and was very sorry that I was going to miss out on his first class breakfast. But he did not want me to despair, and he had actually gone and taken a sample of several breakfast items and put them in a pastry bag or in a to-go bag for me to take on my journey so that I would not begin my journey while I was hungry. Now, this is not my first time to do a stopover program, but it was my first time to do a stopover program with Qatar Airways, and I can guarantee you it will not be my last. Also, I completed my 16-hour flight that absolutely flew by with amazing service and friendliness every step of the way. Every single member of the staff gave amazing service and incredible experience. So, what makes this customer engagement different from customer service? Customer service is reactive, whereas customer engagement is proactive. They're proactive in a few different ways. Customer engagement is proactive in relationships. See, Qatar Airways employees did not wait for me to call them if I had an issue. They didn't wait for me to call them if I had missed their flight. They were proactive in picking up the phone and beginning that conversation and begin by building that relationship from the get-go. They were proactive in building that relationship from the beginning, and they began in that engagement. So be engaging in the relationships and be proactive in the relationships that you have with your clients and with your customers. Customer engagement is also proactive in the experience. Rather than having me just stop over in Doha and find things to do, they were proactive in creating an experience with the town tour, with the restaurant, with the experience of the hotel. They made sure that they were proactive in creating an excellent experience to highlight all of the beauty and the culture and the richness of Doha. And so be proactive in creating an experience. Don't wait for a bad experience to be reactive in that regard. Be proactive in creating an excellent experience. And finally, Customer engagement is proactive in the narrative. In Doha at Qatar, they explained their thought and their narrative behind every single action. So rather than me walking away with a nice experience, I walked away knowing that Qatar Airways employees believed that it was their responsibility for me to have an excellent experience. I walked away with their narrative in my mind, and they were proactive in creating that from the get-go. See, customer service is reactive when things happen, but customer engagement is proactive steps that you can take for your clients. So here's what I want you to do. Identify one proactive behavior that you can take, whether that be in relationship, in experience, or in narrative, to engage your clients today.
Ring nothing.